consider how he once treated Sakura in the past. But most importantly, what that scene shows you is the danger of husband and wife together on a mission, and why this type of a mission with blood relatives, or in this particular case, married couples, it isn't the norm. There's usually a degree of separation in most instances when teams are being picked for missions, because emotions tend to get involved and they will cloud the judgment of even the best battle-hardened shinobi, as we see with Sasuke in the light novel itself. This leads to Sasuke helping Sakura up, and as Zansuru is taking in all the carnage that's going on around him, watching as one prisoner as well is not crazy, because at that point in time, if they succeeded, the prime minister would have been in possession of a weapon left behind by the Sage of Six Paths with the power to flood the entire country. The prime minister would have the throne of Radaku, so Gigi would no longer be needed. And as we've seen in the series before, shinobi are viewed as tools to be used up and discarded. So I do think this was a confirmation that the prime minister was ultimately going to betray Gigi after they got to Nagare village. Now we then see Gigi order one of the dragon beasts to kill Pinzilla, but after Minnow steps in to protect him and disobeys his orders, Gigi realizes that Sasuke must have been the one that broke the control over Minnow, and Gigi orders the dragon beast to attack Minnow, which leads to another change from the light novel, but one that's for the better. Sasuke steps in to protect Minnow by wrapping him in a Susanoo and using one of the Susanoo arms to start destroying the dragon beast with ease, and Sasuke's looking dead ahead at Zansuru and Gigi with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan activated, letting it be known that the one-armed Uchiha isn't playing around anymore, and he's about to bring things to a close. Now, in the light novel,
this is a Nissan sales event.
And that's a killer deal.
Now, in the light novel, this scene is actually different. So in the light novel, Sasuke sees Zansuru and he thinks about busting out the Susanoo to wrap things up right away, wipe out all the dragon beasts, and take out Zansuru all in one shot. But when he sees Minnow fighting and trying to protect him, he picks up Minnow and he hurls Minnow with one arm, unassisted, all the way at the Titan, which is really impressive when you think about the fact that Sasuke is literally throwing a 100-pound raptor with one arm all the way through the air up to the Titan itself, which is taller than the research building. That's one of those times that really gives you a clear example of how much chakra can be used to actually amp up the stats of a shinobi, because otherwise a normal person couldn't throw a 100-pound object that far through the air. Sasuke then takes advantage of Minnow not being on the ground in order to generate a lightning storm that skewers all the dragons on the ground with the lightning bolts itself. However, based off of where the manga is, pretty safe to say that this scene won't be in the next chapter unless the manga is going to make a change and have Sasuke use the Susanoo to do what he did on his own with his own one hand in the novel. And this scene should have been in the chapter itself, but again, it's an adaptation, so it won't be a one-to-one retelling from the light novel, as I've been stressing from the beginning. But the manga by far is doing a much better job than the anime, which again, that's no disrespect to anyone who worked on the anime, but that's the problem with trying to cram in the whole story into 5 episodes like they did with some of those Shippuden novels set after the 4th Ninja War. However, it does look like my initial prediction on the length of the Sasuke Retsunin manga is going to turn out to be true. 12 chapters in length, so it's long enough for 3 physical volumes. Right now, we're at a total of 10 chapters for the series itself. We still have quite a bit of story to go through. We have Sasuke's moment of bloodlust that the anime didn't show you, the full battle of Sakura versus Gigi, and the full prologue of the novel itself, including the scene with Sarada that the anime never showed us, and whatever manga original ending they're going to do for Sasuke Retsunin, where they find the cure for Naruto, even though Naruto never gets cured in this story, but is actually cured during the events of Naruto Retsunin, which takes place after this story, which Orochimaru fans are probably punching the air given the role that Orochimaru plays in that story. I think the beauty of what we got in this chapter is how the story slowed down just enough where it needed to, but still managed to keep the pace going in order to focus on the eyes of the different characters, especially Sasuke at one point, and that transition where you see Sakura's eyes go from being closed via the blacked out panel to them being wide open over the next few panels. That was really good. Komura Shingo does a really good job at mimicking Masashi Kishimoto's style, especially the way that he chooses to flow everything with his panels. I did think the ending of the chapter off with the double page spread with the Susanoo was a really smart idea. It's a change from